This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, the illegal dumping of rubbish frustrates the Dunedin City Council, so it's asking the public for help. An Otago University building is in line for a multi-million-dollar redevelopment. We take a look at what's on the cards. And a mammoth temporary effort involving 800 tonnes of concrete is underway at Forsyth Bar Stadium. Good evening, I'm Rebecca Dupree. Students swimming in the Leith might find themselves face to face with bags of rubbish. The Dunedin City Council is working on its parks and recreation strategy and wants to hear from the public. One of the issues that's come to light on social media is illegal dumping of rubbish around the city.
Rubbish amidst the beauty of the Leith. In the distance, blue bags clog the waterway.
I'm Roselle LeBone and I'm here at Woodhall Leith, just one of the spots where illegal dumping is allegedly occurring around Dunedin. Other spots include Ross Creek, St Clair and Corstorphine Park.
Reports have been surfacing on the internet of landfill encroaching on naturally beautiful areas. One commentator on social media reported collecting 2 full bags of rubbish by the Cool Stores on Portsmouth Drive. Catherine Irvine of the Dunedin City Council says it's vital people do not attempt to remove the waste themselves.
Take photos by all means and send them in because it helps us identify where the illegal dumping is. But if people are collecting evidence to bring that into DCC, unfortunately we can't use that because we need to have a warranted officer under the Litter Act undertake that task if we are to pursue any sort of infringement.
Irvine says the council has no records of recently reported dumping incidents and it's difficult to know who is responsible.
We're starting to build a map and a bit of a profile, which, when we've got to a place where we're ready to share, I'm happy to sort of, put that out there. Yes, the students come with, their own unique, culture and we gear up for that every year.
The council is keen to clarify just what kind of rubbish is cluttering natural areas.
Quite often it's more litter related, so we get weather events, and so more often than not actually it's litter related. So it's been a windy day and wheelie bins have tipped over and litter's gone down the street.
The public can have a say in how waste is managed in the city, including easier access to rubbish bins by making submissions to the draft Parks and Recreation Strategy via the council website. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
The father of a missing Dunedin woman is flying from Melbourne to Brisbane today to help look for her. Alice Tolka went missing last Thursday after dropping her daughter off in St Kilda. Her handbag, passport and driver's licence were found near a Brisbane museum. Local police there are reviewing CCTV footage. The University of Otago Commerce building was state-of-the-art when it was constructed more than a couple of decades ago. Access to the building has been via the main stairs, but now a $15 million redevelopment will see level access to the building.
These are some of the last people to take the stairway to Commerce. The up and down access to the Commerce building on the University of Otago's Dunedin campus has been held partially responsible for many slips and falls during the building's history. School of Commerce Pro-Vice-Chancellor George Benwell says regular accidents on the stairs are one of the reasons for the $15 million redevelopment.
There are 2 major reasons. Number one, I think, is health and safety for students, staff and the public. And that has been a well publicised issue in the papers. But equally, for me, more importantly, has been the renovation of the building to make it a socially acceptable, warm and inviting space for students and staff.
He says, personally, stairs aren't a favourite feature for him, and he outlines what the building will look like in about a year's time.
And it's interesting that steps exist in most buildings so that when you enter them you bow your head to those inside it and look down, which is the fundamental of entrance stairways. It doesn't seem to suit me, but that's a personal comment. But we are now shifting the entrance from coming up and then going down to a street level entrance to make the building more inviting, more open to the public, more open to students.
George Benwell says lessons are being held off-site until the 54-week project is finished. However, around 200 staff are coping well with working on a construction site.
Staff are tolerant of noise and banging and crashing. Contractors are working with us marvellously well to make sure everybody's content and enduring the discomforts of renovations.
These steps are the main access way into the University of Otago's School of Business. They've been this way for 25 years. However, today is the last day they'll be used, as the building is being remodelled. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Queenstown tortilla maker Daniel Figueroa is due to find out tomorrow if he's permanently lost the use of his right arm. The arm was mangled when it became caught in a conveyor belt where he works at Queenstown company Remarkable Tortillas. The 19-year-old managed to turn the machine off but spent 15 minutes trapped before workmates found him. WorkSafe is investigating the incident. It's taken 20 workers more than 24 hours to lay 800 tonnes of concrete for the D1 NZ racetrack. By Thursday morning it will have rubber laid on it when the drivers get their first test of the highly technical circuit. But it's not just a matter of laying the concrete and forgetting about it.
It's still drying, but this is the on-ramp to the 360-metre figure eight course that drivers will be racing down at 110 k's per hour. It's a first of its kind purpose-built track that had no blueprints to follow during construction, but the contractors took it in their stride to create the high-speed circuit.
Put down about 1,500 sheets of plywood over the grass, then plastic over that, and then boxed up and then poured concrete in using a pump, so no trucks on the turf.
M3 worked closely with Allied on the concrete design and came up with a 50 MPa concrete with fibres, so there's no steel in it, and that makes it easy to install and remove.
Just get a couple of 12-tonne diggers in and just pick it up piece by piece and take it out, truck it out, yep.
By its nature, concrete expands and contracts, so the concrete experts are on hand all week and for the whole of the event to keep an eye on it.
It's a bit of a living being, especially when you've got that much traffic on it going sideways. You know, they'll be nurturing it all the way through, and they'll be filling any cracks and making sure that the track stays in pristine condition for the drivers, because it's all about them as well. You know, they've got to have a great time. When they have a good time, they bring the show.
And that show promises to be high energy and full of action, both on and off the track. Simonson says the stadium is well suited to the style and speed of drifting.
We know that the layout works as sort of a figure eight, that the drivers approach the first turn at quite high speed, and then there are a number of technical turns that they have to go through. So it's a format and a layout that we've used before. It's just a matter of fitting it into the footprint of the stadium.
And over the 2 days, audiences can experience drifting, international rally special stage, motocross, FMX and much more. Dee Karen, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, medical students are about to be let loose on a new training facility and the Kia is about to be investigated.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order emu oil today.
We're a 25 Moreau Place at Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Southern Television takes pride in providing a wide range of programming. If you have concerns about our programming or feel that standards have been breached, please write to the address on screen within 20 working days of airing. Visit Broadcast Standards Authority website for more information on the complaints process.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Yes, Sonny Chin.
Neck, shoulder, back, sciatica, pain specialists. Innovative tools specifically designed to contour your grooves of depletion and excess muscle buildup.
Sonny Chin, it works.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award-winning Garrador.
Welcome back. A 52-year-old former international funds manager is challenging National MP Todd Barclay for the Clutha Southland electorate. The challenger is Queenstown man Simon Flood, who was nominated for the seat in the 2013 general election. He pulled out of the party selection race at the time, saying it was not the right time for his family to move back to New Zealand from Hong Kong. Incumbent Clutha Southland Member of Parliament Todd Barclay says he's welcoming the challenge. The successful candidate will be confirmed before Christmas. Medical students in Invercargill will get the next best training to practising operations and exams on a person. A new purpose-built education facility is opening at Southland Hospital, and educators say it's amongst the best training young health professionals can get.
Operations, resuscitations, births all need to be performed by people with a good idea of what they're doing. And now medical nursing and allied health students in Invercargill can practice all of these in an environment that mimics real-life situations. Hi, I'm Ruby Spink at Southland Hospital's new education facility. Paul Winder says this is an amazing tool to develop the next generation of healthcare professionals.
This facility will approach education at so many different angles that we can really minimise risk and improve the quality of what we deliver.
The building was the former nurse's home, but was completely stripped back to the bare bones of the building. The inside has been completely rebuilt and is now home to lecture theatres, mock consultation rooms, operating theatres, labs and hospital wards. The mannequins work as substitute patients and can be controlled by educators in a separate room to create a wide range of medical scenarios.
The audio-visual stuff is just so much better than what we've had before. The spaces look more professional. The flow is much better between the spaces, and on the simulation side of things, it's already really noticeable that the participants are much more immersed and engaged in what we're doing because we've sort of removed all the distractions that wouldn't normally be there in clinical practice.
He says this education facility is up there with the best in the country.
From having looked around quite a few centres in New Zealand and having those places willingly show me around and share their ideas and photos and plans even, that we're really on par with anything around New Zealand.
And the learning's not all about caring for the patients. Southern District Health Board Commissioner Kathy Grant says the strong pool of dedicated teachers and educators across all disciplines will cater to interprofessional skills as well. I'm Ruby Spink for the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, Kias in the Lower South Island are about to be stalked, and we'll check out weather for Wednesday.
Emu oil has been used for centuries to support joint mobility and tired muscles. Also helpful for supporting healthy skin. Available as oil or in capsules. Go to www.silverhorn.co.nz to order Emu oil today.
Oh, help! Don't suffer in silence. Call Sunny Chin, Chi Master Body Technician for structural, muscular, emotional bodywork. Phone 03 4250 606 for all your pain relief.
My Els and I just love coming to Alex Campbell's. That's my favourite shop. I always get good value here, and good boys really deserve good brands and good quality. Look at these tees. Local beaches on some of them too. This is only for the good boys, the old boys, the young boys. What about some bright shorts for the boys? Excellent.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Bring some more joy into your world by adopting one of our adult animals at SPCA Otago. Call now on 473 8252. Please adopt a pet now, they will love you forever.
We're a 25 Moray Place, Dog with Tails Cafe and Bar. So we take coffee very seriously. We do what's called contract roasting, so we're creating our own roasting profile and then doing our own blends. We're really focused on the craft of what we're doing. You know, we're going back, instead of going on mass-produced sort of cheap things, we're taking the time to really craft what we're making. Make it so anyone can come here and have a feed and be able to get something they're able to eat or that they want to eat as well. You're kind of getting a taste of cafes from all around the world when you come here.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Put your seatbelts on for this one and rev it up. Thursday night is Motorsport Night. Proudly brought to you by multi-award winning Garador.
Welcome back. Quick-thinking Alexandra lineman and firefighter Regan Healy is being hailed as a hero for saving a 9-year-old boy from choking on a piece of steak. Healy was in an Auckland restaurant when he noticed mother Danielle Hansey panicking over her son Lucas. Healy performed the Heimlich manoeuvre on Lucas and says he got the steak out. Messages of thanks have been flooding in via social media. The Queenstown-based Kia Conservation Trust is conducting field research of keas for the first time in the lower part of the South Island. The project is due to take place at the Mount Aspiring National Park and the Matukituki Valley early next year. The Trust says it hopes to get a better understanding of what is threatening the kea population.
They are New Zealand's fascinating alpine parrots, the kea. They're a curious bird, but their nosiness makes them vulnerable to human and animal predation. The keas nest on the ground, which means they're more susceptible to outside environments and threats. For example, we've got a real lovely sequence shots here of 2015 images captured in the Howden Valley in Arthur's Pass, where you can see a sequence of the possums trying to enter the kea nests and the kea stopping it. There's the kea there. The Trust has undertaken a number of field research projects done in the past in the Kahurangi National Park, Nelson Lakes and Arthur's Pass. These projects helped gather information and build an understanding of what really is threatening kea.
Then that means we can put in place management projects as well then to support that kea population.
So these are the motion sensor cameras that we use. And these are put outside facing the entrance to the kea nest, and we also have them inside the kea nest so that we can actually see what's happening inside. So they're just literally just strapped to a tree like that, and we position them anytime any animal moves past that, whether it's a kia or whether it's a predator, it actually triggers that off.
The Mount Aspiring project will be supported by the Auckland Zoo Conservation Fund, but the Kia Conservation Trust is always keen to get other sponsors and volunteers on board. Mina Amso for the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. The Dunedin City Council is working on its parks and recreation strategy, while illegal dumping in public areas becomes a topic of concern. A $15 million upgrade of Otago University's Commerce Building hopes to reduce the number of falls on stairs with an extensive redesign. And contractors will be monitoring the concrete track closely during the highly anticipated drifting event at the stadium this weekend. It's time now to find out what's going to be inside Wednesday's Otago Daily Times. And Dave Cannon, Mr. Walsh joins us. Good evening.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Our big story tomorrow is, admittedly a follow-up to a story on the National Radio today about a special needs children at Sarah Cohen School in Dunedin. Allegations they've been hit and sat on and force-fed and some pretty nasty stuff. We've talked to some of the parents today and they're giving us a different version of that story, so I'm sure it'll be well read tomorrow. We're chasing down, hopefully going to get the name of the person that was killed in the Meraki crash, which I think was about 8 days ago. It's taken a long time to get that name, but we're expecting to get that name tonight, so there'll be some interest in that as well. Delta workers today met with management and put some questions to them. Delta, we know what that's all about, and so hopefully we'll have a good story about that. Interesting story, a backfiring car has been blamed for the deployment of several armed police in Dunedin. Bit of a oops, but better to be safe than sorry, I suppose. And Ray Columbus, you'll know Ray Columbus?
Yes,
Ray
what
Columbus.
a shame.
He's passed on, 74. Yeah. We'll have a news story on that, and the Wash column is going to have a look back at some of the life and times of Ray Columbus, who I guess is better known to some of us oldies than some of the young ones, but he was as big as it gets at the time, in the 60s.
Well, a huge hit, yes.
Yeah, more than one.
Oh, really?
More than one, yes, don't forget.
That's me told. Well, I'll be able to read about that in tomorrow's ODT. Thank you, Dave.
No worries.
It's time now for tomorrow's weather.
This weather update proudly brought to you in association with Silverhorn's Manuka Honey.
Here is today's southern view. It's taken of the Clutha River at Alexandra. Looks like a fairly nice day up there. So the situation, the cool west to southwest flow that's blowing over the South Island will ease a little bit tomorrow, but temperatures will remain cold and the weather unsettled. Very spring-like. To the towns in the southern part of the island, southwesters and a few showers for Balclutha, the Catlins, Gore and Lumsden, all heading for a high of Legs 11 tomorrow. To towns in the central and southern outlook, some clouds for Alexandra, Queenstown and Wanaka, all on 14. And southwesters with a few showers, 11 degrees for Te Anau. And to the towns in the northern part of the south, some clouds for Oamaru and Omarama, also Twizel, showers for Timaru there with a high of 13 degrees. And Dunedin tonight becoming fine with gusty southwesters easing, tonight's low 7 degrees. Tomorrow mostly fine with cool southwesters and a high of 13. On Thursday, fine and sunny at first, but cloud will increase in the afternoon. A few showers are likely in the evening with cool southwesters, a high of 12. And in Invercargill tonight, showers and gusty southwesters with a low of 7. Tomorrow it's going to be changeable with showers at times and sunny periods. Cool southwesters though will ease later on, a high of 12. And on Thursday, mostly fine and light southwesters with a high of 11. And that is news from around the south today. We'll join you again tomorrow. Good evening.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.